Hey, welcome back to another Daily Fix. It's Adam Hike, and in today's video, I'm going to walk through a few different exercises to help you with your pelvic stability and mobility. In the last fix, I walked you through the importance that the pelvis plays in the golf swing, and I guess just in general life and daily function. And I walked you through the two assessments that I wanted you to try out for kind of the rotary stabilization and for the anterior and posterior tilt assessment for kind of that mobility and stabilization as well on the other plane. And so now, if you didn't get a chance to do that, certainly go back, check that out. Either way, we're going to jump into today, and I'm going to help you with a couple of exercises to help identify your stability and mobility in that region. So the first one's just your cats and dogs. Hands and knees here, and you're just going to roll the spine up and down. Now, notice how I'm not sliding back and forth. Most of the movement is in my pelvis, okay? So as I roll my spine up, I'm getting that posterior tilt where this is, my pelvis is a bucket. Tilting that water back, and then I'm going to anterior tilt it as I curve up and look up, right? It's a great little decompression for the low back region, but it certainly helps with my body awareness and control of my pelvis, okay? A lot of us don't have a clue on how to mobilize and stabilize our pelvis. So just going through that small motion, minimizing any other body movement is going to be very important to help you build that awareness. So go through about maybe 10 anterior, 10 posterior tilts as efficiently as possible. Okay? Try not to find any jagged movements through there. The next exercise I want you to do is an opposite extremity, but an X, okay? So I'm going to go into my opposite extremity. This is a great movement just to start with. If you have some stability issues, it starts to engage the posterior chain, which is critical in that stability process. But from here, I'm going to take it out into the X and return. And then I'm going to go to the other side. Out and over. Nice fluid motion. Now you'll notice as I extend out, I've increased the curvature here and I've got that anterior tilt. However, when I kick it over to the side, I've rolled the pelvis under, reaching for that, allowing my hips to kind of provide that range of motion, kicking that foot forward. And so I'm getting that same pelvic tilt aspect from the anterior to posterior, and I'm going through from the posterior activation when I'm in the extension to that split second where my anterior core muscles have to engage. Like I mentioned in the previous fix, the core muscles that surround the entire trunk play a huge role in your stabilization. All right, so we need to fire those up, and just going through this very challenging movement is also going to fire a lot of the little stabilizers through the hips are going to give you more control over that range and that pelvic mobility. The last one I want you to do is just going to take you down onto your back here. Walk your soles in, and it's just a basic hip bridge. So I want you to just roll your pelvis up to the top, and then unwind down. Okay, roll it up and unwind down. If you're more advanced and you want a little more stability work and strength work, you could do this on the single leg. Okay, and this is more of a glute strengthening exercise. If you get in your hamstrings, we have obviously identified that your glutes are inhibited, but you should feel that in the glutes, and those glutes are, obviously the largest muscle group that surrounds the pelvis. They help with the most stability of that region. They help provide the most stability of that region, excuse my language. So either way, there you have it. 3 quick exercises, go through about 10 reps of each, and I know that if you start to perform those on a regular basis, you'll find better stability and mobility in the pelvic region for more consistent and efficient golf swings. Thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in another fix. As always, feel free to post your comments, feedback, questions, or topics that you'd like me to cover in future fixes. We'll see you soon.